time, but also a tough time,
Yes.
because Angela Merkel is absolutely hanging tough. No chance of a debt write-off. She's not going to budge. The Germans aren't going to budge. So what happens next, do you think?
Well, I think Germany has to remember its own history, because what happened in 1953, it was that big part of the German debt was written off, and then the repayments were associated with growth. And this is what Syriza is asking for Greece as well. So there is nothing irrational, there is nothing very radical in that. It is something that it has to happen. And now, after so many years into the crisis, we know very well that the programs that they were imposed in Greece, they are not working. So when the crisis started, as you know, the debt was 120% of the GDP, and now is 175%. So something is not working. We all know that. The big economist, not only Syriza, is saying that this is not a viable debt. Something has to happen. So what we are asking is for a deal for Greece and the renegotiation of the debt.
Now, of course, Greece is a very important European country. You invented something called democracy and all of that, but you're a small European country compared to Germany and others. So part of what you have to do is find allies. And I know Mr. Tsipras is going to Italy and Spain tomorrow. How much do you think we are seeing a more general uprising of left-wing or at least anti-austerity parties right across Europe?
I mean, you were talking before about Spain and the big protests in Spain. So one of the countries that is going to change, as Greece is changing the government, I think it's going to be Spain. We are working very closely with Podemos. Podemos is a very new party that it came out of the movements. It's not exactly the same as Syriza, which is a leftist party. But if we look at what their arguments are quite similar. They are against austerity, they want more democracy, and this, I think, progressively is building up. So for the time being, we have Greece and Spain, but I think this is much more generalized.
There's an anti-austerity party in Italy, and even François Hollande is dubious about aspects of austerity. I think presumably Syriza is going to go to Paris as well.
But of course, we know that austerity is not working, and it was an experiment, and we see that it's not working, even in Britain. I mean, we are about to lose the NHS, one of the greatest achievements that we had from Britain. So we have to do something. And I think progressively what is building up is a broader movement against austerity, and I hope that other parties are going to join in. We have voices from the Green Party, more people from the Labour Party are coming out against austerity.